much whichever song catches. It's not about putting the best music out. For me, it's going to always be about putting the best music out. That's why there's always at least a year or a 2-year gap between my releases. Because I want to make sure I'm not saying the same words in my verses, talking about the same stuff. I want to go travel, experience, see something new, so I can have something new to say, learn something new, watch more documentaries, so I can have, you know what I'm saying? I mean, streaming or whatever.
I feel like what it is too though, now lately you start seeing a lot of artists trying to wait a year or so to drop music. 'Cause you remember back in our day, Jay-Z dropped like Blueprint, you wait like a year and a half, 2 years maybe for him to get a new album because he had so many songs, like you know what I'm saying? So, and also like the mixtape game, I miss that era. I feel like streaming kind of ruined it in a way.
Yeah, I agree. It hindered the craft a little bit. Now people are on this fast to do the freestyle mixtape like how Wayne did. There's nowhere to put them. Where you gonna put them? Right. These kids, I mean, everybody now, Apple Music and Spotify. Everybody really, in a rush to go and get the app. Yeah. Stream it off Safari. It's a mess, but they're figuring it out though. Yeah, I like what Drake and Wiz did. They took the proper first steps. Wiz put Cushion Orange Juice on Apple Music, and Drake just put So Far Gone. So hopefully we can get J. Cole to do the same thing with his mixtape. Yeah, and the Big Sean's and all that.
Yeah, because I just feel like from like 08, well not even just 08, probably like 06 to like 2012, 2013 was like the golden era for mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Wayne dedications and Gucci Man with his mixtapes, and we talked about J. Cole's and the Wiz Khalifa's and the Currencies and the Nipseys and stuff like that.
I think the blogs helped it because I feel like the mixtape era was big before that. Right. With DJ Clue mixtape. Oh yeah. And the G mixtape, Wayne and the Squad Up mixtape. Like I was the biggest Squad fan. That's really how I honed my craft. Every Squad mixtape that came out, I was like the unofficial member. And whatever beat they rapped on, I wrote to that same beat and tried to make it.
And you recorded?
And recorded on the cassette. Yeah. That's how I got better. So yeah, but I think the blog era made the big. So that is the era. 08 to like 13.
Yeah. Even though we got like podcasts and stuff now, blogs are coming back slowly.
Yeah, I see it. And they just reinventing.
Yeah, because I feel like we need blogs. Yeah. Podcasts is cool, but I feel like blogs, you need someone to actually write an article and just talk about this artist because
journalism die.
Yeah, exactly.
It too much.
It does.
The right kind of journalism, not what is it?
TMZ. Nah, that's when TMZ came out, I ain't really like respect them because it's like I'm like, what happened to like the Source and everything? Like, what happened to that Vibe magazine? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have. Like, they trying to come back or they trying to create new stuff, but even like some of the new stuff, it's like they do, like, they come up with the right thing, but then they turn it to try to make it all like savage and stuff like that. You don't really need that, like, in terms of like, you go from talking about music to now you want to talk about the news all the time now, all of a sudden, like, no, it's supposed to be a music platform. You know what I'm saying?
You get caught up in the clickbait. Yeah. Because it pays. The advertisement space and all that stuff. So, I don't know. I don't fuck with the gospel site.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. So, you got nominated for Best Rapper at Miami Entertainment Awards.
Yeah. Shouts out to everybody who nominated me and who voted for me. Thank you.
How you feel about that, like having like a first awards, like Miami Entertainment Awards? I know we had awards before.
Yeah, we had the Best of Day Awards. Yeah. I won Best Lyricist at that. Yeah. So this is nothing new for me. I think that it's important. I think that's important. I think we need to. Everybody should be supporting the award show because this is a platform that they're giving all the artists. They didn't have to do it. Right. And it's to uplift the city. And, I can only see good coming from it years down the line. Like, I see how big they're doing it for this first year. Just imagine 10 years from now.
Yeah, 10 years from now.
Everybody got behind it and supported it and made it a thing. You know, Miami, we good at downplaying other people's stuff. We good at when we're not a part of it. We good.
But why is that? I never understood that. Because even with the podcast, like I feel like Miami media in the future is gonna be big because we stick together. Like the podcast, like we stick together. I mean, it may be different from our platform. May be too different in a way, but that's something that we need anyway. But as far as like artists and rappers and promoters, like why is so much of a like a hate?
I don't think it's hate. I just think we never really had. What's the word I'm looking for?
Cohesiveness. I'm trying to say
that structure.
Structure, yeah.
We never had structure. There's no business structure around here. Really. You know, it's get it how you live. It's all survival. So if me and my guys rocking over here, y'all doing whatever y'all doing, whatever. We doing whatever we doing.
Right.
But that's changing a lot. I think the internet has brought a lot of people, a lot of artists closer. We're familiar with each other, so when we do see each other in person, it's a different vibe.
It's a vibe.
Because the familiarity. See, you know, we raised off that we're not friendly. You know, we're not friendly to. That's how we raised.
Yeah, because people don't understand, like, Miami it's not really, you don't really have gangs, like, it's just more of, like, the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, even my grandfather, he told me, like, he was born and raised in Overtown, but if you was from, like, Liberty City somewhere, you had to either be family or if you don't know you, like, it'll be, like, some type of problem and stuff like that.
That's how we raised. It's just survival tactics. But I feel like the internet is changing that.
Yeah.
Because you see more Miami artists working with each other than ever.
Yeah, like, and I loved it. Like even like you know the DJs. Like there was a point in time, artists and the DJs wasn't getting along. And even some of the other DJs wasn't getting along. But now it's more.
Yeah, it's better. But I feel like that's always going to be the same. Like I said, we don't have structure. There's nobody to go to. When you want your record played, when you want to meet the DJs, who you go to?
And I also feel like it's politics. Like you look at the radio now. The radio is not how it used to be even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like even underground. The underground is more like how radio used to be 10 years ago. But like I remember, I'm not gonna say the station name, but I remember a while ago. I had an artist from here. I was trying to put him on in the underground because you know that's how it used to be like that. You know.
Work way up.
So he was like $300. I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, like I might as well just try to go to 99 Jams or 1-3-5 to beat. Like I'm not knocking your hustle, but it's like you gotta.
I mean, everybody gonna have a different price though. You just gotta figure it out. It's politics though. It's politics. My advice to everybody is to just work your relationship and reach the people because nobody can stop you from the people.
Yeah, you're right.
I've always been for the people. I've always made music and got my music directly to the people. And I dealt with the award shows and the DJs, all that stuff after. That's the best way to do it.
It's all about building a cult following. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the important things I always want to talk about with like artists. Like how's having a cult following so important in your point of view?
Because it can't be stopped.
Right.
It kind of rules out the politics. When you got the people, when you got the support, when you got the following, it's hard to be denied because the radio don't play your song. Okay, you put your song out and the people get it.
Right.
eventually somebody's gonna have to play it.
Right.
The people want it, and you have to give the people what they want. That's it.
Yeah, and that's why I never understood like how the radio changed so much. Well, honestly, I feel like they'll make more money, locally. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people down here. You feel me? So it's like, you do the math. You like, I remember they should do something to every. I think they still do it, 99 Gems, but you got to vote for the artists. But I remember that they'll like every Friday they'll like play like a local, like a few local artists.
Local love on Sunday. That's why I broke. I broke in through local love Sunday with DJ Rio.
But it's like they don't really, they don't do that no more. Like,
I feel like everybody's just trying to find ways to balance it out. Radio is in one of those things where they fighting with the internet, so they got to make sure that it's still a business at the end of the day. They got to make sure they're doing what they're doing to keep the radio stations up and running, which unfortunately sometimes cuts into the local artists. It's all just business. It's all business and politics.
And as we're talking about it, like, what type of advice would you give like an up-and-coming artist, DJ, producer about the music business so far, from your experience?
First thing first, protect your creation. Whatever you create, make sure you do your due diligence in making sure that your business is right. There's nothing worse than getting your big break and your business not right. You're gonna get taken advantage of.
Right.
And work, man. Just work and take your time, man. All the artists that don't be in such a rush to get the likes on Instagram, get the followers. Make sure that you are making the best possible music that you can make before you put it out. Because especially now when it's an oversaturation of artists, everybody's a rapper. You got the strippers turning rappers. You got the dope boys turning rappers. You got the scammers turning rappers. Everybody's looking at rap, I think, because the lifestyle is so glamorous.
Right.
Everybody's looking at rap like a lick. But it's an art. And the only way that you don't get drowned in all the saturation is if you make sure that you are putting out the best art.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, even, I ain't gonna lie, like, if I was an artist working on my craft probably 2 years ago, and to me, I feel like it's perfect, I put out an album right now because music's kind of slow right now. If you notice, like, last year, every day, for some reason, every day, it'd be something new. Now it's like, all right, the music kind of slow right now. I can like listen to the songs from like last year and the year before. I can check out some more local artists and stuff, some up and coming artists and things like that.
Yeah, and I think that's all coming back to people been putting out bad music. I wouldn't say bad music, but
rest music, like it's like kind of like it could have been good if you would have just slept on it for like a year or so, or even just a few months or so.
Yeah, people not really care. Because it's so easy to put out now. I put out a song out today, I put a song out tomorrow, put a song out next week. And whichever one catches people and blows up, like, people putting out albums with 40 songs on it. Come on, man.
Like, I never understood it. Like, I know they trying to, cheat code the game as far as like with the 40 songs and stuff like that. But it's like, I want like the most songs I listen to, honestly, is probably like 18. For me, coming from my generation, like we can listen to 18 tracks, but about 40, that's a mixtape. But I remember back in the day they had that, but it'd be like 2 minutes, a minute a track. You feel me? So.
I mean, like I said, there's no way you're putting out 40 songs and you feel like all 40 are great songs.
Nah. It's like a compilation like album.
Yeah, but I think that falls back on the listeners though. If you keep giving people, if as a listener, if you're giving me anything, any kind of quality music, and I just accept it, you're gonna keep giving it to me.
Right.
But if you give it to me and I say, go back in the studio and tighten up. We ain't buying that shit.
I think also too that you made a great point. I feel like as fans as well, I think we need to do that.
Fans gotta step it up.
Yeah.
I mean, all the
music sound the same.